He was from Burma, and he was the third to serve in this post, doing so from 1961 to 1971. His name was pronounced U-Thant. Next, identify the lavish Florida mansion of the title character in the movie Citizen Kane, and we go to Scripps Ranch.
Xanadu.
Yes, that's right. Scripps, for your bonus, identify the following by giving an answer beginning with the letter X. 1. Plant adapted to a dry climate. 2. Trademark for a dry photocopying process. And 3. Mysterious affair beginning in 1797 when President John Adams sent 3 envoys to Paris to seek a commercial settlement to protect U.S. shipping.
Could you repeat the first, please?
A plant adapted to a dry climate.
It's not dry because it's like a tissue in a plant.
I mean, you have nothing else to say that. Yeah.
Yeah. You want to just go on the count of time if we can't think of anything?
We're okay. We can think.
All right, Jeremy, please.
For the first, we have Xylem. For the second, we have Xerox. For the third, we have the XYZ affair.
Yes, numbers 2 and 3 are correct. For 2 points, Xerophyte is a type of plant that doesn't need much water. And we go to the next toss-up. During which battle in Bastogne, Belgium, in December 1944, when Germans surrounded and outnumbered U.S. forces 4-1 in the Ardennes forest, did U.S. General Anthony C. McCullough reply, "nuts," in his response for a demand to surrender? And we go to Eastlake.
Battle of the Bulge?
That's right, the Battle of the Bulge. For your bonus, identify each of the following concerning U.S. history. 1. President who spoke of the fair deal 3 years after he had been in office, doing so on January 5th, 1949, after he had already been reelected. 2. Means of death for about 3,000 men and women between 1882 and 1920 that generated more protest among blacks than did segregation. And 3. First representative legislative body to meet in America, which was also the first to meet in any English colony.
Can you repeat 2 and 3, please?
If we get it through. Means of death for about 3,000 men and women between 1882 and 1920 that generated more protest among blacks than did segregation. 3. Representative legislative body, the first one to meet in America, which was also the first to meet in any English colony.
Wave time.
Yes?
For number 1, we have Truman. Number 2, lynching. And number 3, the House of Burgesses.
All 3 are correct for 3 points. Thank you. Timeout, Scripps Ranch. We're back after a brief timeout, and they don't come any closer than this. This is the way we like them. Scripps Ranch 37, Eastlake 36. 10 minutes left. We have a substitution. Team captain, Jeremy, on Scripps Ranch. Tell us who's just come in.
We have Bryce entering the game, who's a junior.
We welcome you, Bryce, and we'll start the clock and go to the next toss-up. Name the U.S. state capital near which a huge mall named Discover Mills, after the credit card company, joined Centennial Olympic Park. And now we go to Eastlake.
Atlanta.
That's right, Atlanta. For your bonus, identify each of the following U.S. capitals, please. 1 is the one near the city of Mesa. 2 is one near the city of Laramie. And 3 is one near the city of St. Cloud.
Could you please repeat number 3?
One near the city of St. Cloud.
If I'm wrong, I'm going to say Santa Fe. Any objections?
No.
Do you know?
No.
Where's Mason?
Oh, my son.
Fine, Phoenix. Wave time.
Yes.
Number 1, we have Phoenix. Number 2, Austin. And number 3, Oklahoma City.
Number 1, Phoenix, is correct for 1 point. Cheyenne in Wyoming would have been number 2, and St. Paul in Minnesota would have been number 3. Let's go to the next toss-up. Identify the only U.S. state that has a unicameral or one house. And with that, we go over to Scripps.
Louisiana.
No, I'm sorry, and let me repeat. And now we right away go to Eastlake.
Nebraska?
Yes, it's Nebraska. For your bonus, identify each of the following associated with the word house. 1, nursery rhyme, words that follow. That killed the rat, that ate the malt, that lay in the house, that blank. 2, author of House of Earth, a trilogy that includes The Good Earth. And 3, Nathaniel Hawthorne novel title including the word house.
Isn't it 7 days?
7 days.
Wave time.
Yes.
For number 1, we have Jack Built. Number 2, Pearl S. Buck. And number 3, the House of Seven Gables.
All 3 are correct. 3 points for Eastlake, please. And now we go to the next toss-up. Identify the state in which all of the following were governor. Woodrow Wilson. Right away we go to Scribs.
New Jersey.
That's right. Identify the state of each of the following groups of governors now, please. Nellie Taylor Rose, Clifford Hansen, Mike Sullivan, and Jim Geringer. That's the first one. Number 2, Earl Warren, Edmund G. Brown, Pete Wilson, and Gray Davis. And number 3, Adlai E. Stevenson, Otto Kerner, James R. Thompson, and George H. Ryan.
Oh, is it because Tennessee? Yeah, that's Tennessee. Stevenson, I think so.
The first one.
Is Adlai E. Stevenson in school? Oh.
Oh, so there is
Yeah,
in Chicago.
Yeah.
Okay. And for the first one, Massachusetts.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Do we have our answers?
Jeremy?
We have Massachusetts, California, and Illinois.
The last two are correct for 2 points. Wyoming would have been number 1. For either team, identify both the city where Edgar Allan Poe is buried in Westminster Cemetery and the name linked with Poe used for this city's NFL team. We go to Eastlake.
Baltimore and Ravens.
That's right, the Baltimore Ravens. Next, identify each of the following concerning ravens. 1, god of the North mythology whose ravens were named Huglin, meaning thought, and Munin, meaning memory. 2, first president of Texas, who is the subject of a biography entitled The Raven. And 3, meaning of the phrase raven tresses.
We sure that number 2 is not
Wait, is it Houston or Austin?
It's in Houston.
It's Houston? Okay.
Houston.
Wave time.
Yes.
For number 1, we have Odin. Number 2, Houston. And number 3, black hair.
Yes, all are correct. 3 points. Thank you. Next toss-up. Which adjective ending in ILE means competent in many things, adaptable to many uses or functions? With that, we go to Scribs.
Agile.
No, I'm sorry. Eastlake. Which adjective ending in ILE means competent in many things, adaptable to many uses or functions? Now we go to Eastlake.
Ductile.
No, it's actually versatile. Versatile. Next, what do Americans call the group of 7 bright stars that the British know as Plough, Charles Wain, or, and we go to Eastlake.
Big Dipper.
Yes, the Big Dipper. For your bonus, Eastlake, identify each of the following words that include the letters P-P-E-R. 1, word completing the line, "Where the devil are my blank, Eliza," said by Professor Henry Higgins in My Fair Lady. Number 2, southern Irish town on the Ara River, named in the title of the following song, popular with Allied troops during World War I. It's a long, long way to blank. And 3, insect in an Aesop tale who played all summer and had nothing to eat in the winter, while the ant stored up food all summer long and had plenty to eat when winter came.
Yeah, it's grasshopper.
Yeah.
Wave time.
Yes,
For number 1, we have slippers. Number 2, Tipperary. And number 3, grasshopper.
yes, and all 3 are correct. Thank you. Let's go to the next toss-up. This is math. What is 4 factorial minus 3 factorial? Right away we go to Scribs.
6.
No, I'm sorry. Eastlake. What is... Now we go to Eastlake.
18.
18 is correct, right. For your bonus, please differentiate the following with respect to x. 1, e to the x power. 2, natural log of x. And 3, x squared.
Wave time.
Yes.
For number 1, we have e to the x. Number 2, 1 over x. And number 3, 2x.
All are correct for 3 points. For either team now, in a nursery rhyme, which character runs through the town, rapping at the window, crying through the lock? Wee Willie Winky. Next, give the full name of GRO, the device released from the Space Shuttle Atlantis in 1991. NASA later changed the name to the Compton Observatory. That used to be called the Gamma Ray Observatory. Next, for either team, what are the coordinates of the midpoint of a segment with endpoints 1, 1, and 3, -1? We go to Scripps Ranch.
1/2, 1.
No, I'm sorry. Eastlake. And now we go to Eastlake.
2, 0.
Yes, 2, 0. Eastlake, answer the following math questions for your bonus, please. 1, what is the degree of a quadratic polynomial? 2, if 12 is increased by 1/2 of a number, the sum is 4 times the number. What's the number? And 3, of these conics, ellipse, hyperbola, and parabola, which has exactly one focus?
Could you please repeat the choices?